Welcome to Vlogmas day 5. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayla. If you're new, I film beauty, lifestyle, and travel related videos. So if that's something you're into, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Also hit the post notification bell so you'll always know when I upload a new video. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at just Kayla Michelle and give me a like on Facebook by the same name. Welcome to Vlogmas day 5. So as you can see by the title below, this is going to be a story time video. This is so embarrassing, but I'm trying to keep the content interesting. This is about the time I got arrested.
FBI, open
up! So grab some wine. As you can see, I have mine right here. This is my little cute Dollar Tree wine glass. And it says "'Tis the season," and I have some Chardonnay. Yes, I do have some ice cubes in here because why not? I want to keep it cold. I don't have a stem on here, so I gotta keep it cold. So grab you some wine, grab a snack, and let's get into this ratchet mess, girl. So a little backstory. This was in 2010 and I was 19 at the time. So I had a very different mind frame. There was a lot of different things going on in my life at the time, and a lot I will not get into because I can't have y'all judging me because it's just too much. But so on this particular day, I decided to go get a tattoo, which is on my chest here. Won't even go into that. I decided to go get a tattoo that day, and this was around the time me and my child's father were very much so on the verge of breaking up. We actually broke up that summer, and this happened in April. So I went to get a tattoo and everything was fine. I took my friend with me just for moral support, and just, you know, I decided to just get a tattoo on a whim because that's what you do when you're 19. You just decide to do whatever and you just do it. Went to the tattoo shop, dude did my tattoo, and we were kind of flirting with each other, and I don't remember what the conversation was at all. All I know is somehow he ended up getting my number. I got his number, we exchanged numbers, blah, blah, blah. Some hours pass and he ends up hitting me up. Now, mind you, I am still with BD at the time, and we had a lot going on, so I don't even care how I'm viewed, but the relationship was coming to an end. It was very much so. It might as well have been over. So, and you know, BD came over and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, well, I'm about to leave. I'm about to go over to my friend's house. So at the time, my BFF, I'm thinking, did she have her? I think she didn't have her apartment yet. She was about to get her first apartment. But I told him I was going with her and we were about to go chill or whatever, which we did. But in the meantime, me and the tattoo dude had arranged to meet up with each other and chill. So I was like, okay, well, can my friend come? Because, you know, I don't really know you. I really just met you today. It's really stupid of me to come chill, but 19, doing dumb stuff. So I was like, if you have a friend for my friend, I'll come over. So he was like, yeah, she can chill with my roommate. So, okay. This was a mess. So We come over there, come to their apartment. I don't even remember how old this dude was. I just know he was like in his 20s or something. Him and his little skater looking roommate come out. Like his roommate had on some cargo pants and like a band tee, and he just, you know, was just dressed normal, whatever. So him and the roommate and my friend were talking or whatever, chilling, blah blah blah. They ended up going off, and I didn't really see much of them after that. Not to say that they were doing anything, they just, you know, went off somewhere. So me and him were chilling or whatever. We were like talking about all type of different things. Like, I'm a person, I like to talk about astrology and the stars and all that type of stuff. So he was just speaking my little language at the time. So we were just out on the balcony just talking about stuff and looking at stars, and it was like a warm night and blah blah blah. So eventually some alcohol was involved, and I think it was like a big gallon of some cheap vodka or something. I don't know. At this time, I had recently started drinking more regularly at this time. I won't say I just started drinking because that'd be a lie, but we had started drinking, and you know, it was cool at first. We were chilling, and then he just started getting kind of weird. Then his roommate got kind of weird, cause like he took his shirt off and he just started saying a bunch of strange things to me, and I'm just like,
yeah, so I need to go ahead and go back home.
Because at this point it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and once people start acting weird and different off liquor or whatever, I'm out. I don't like it. When you can't handle whatever you're doing, I don't like it. Plus, I feel like you're older than me. You should be handling your alcohol a little more better than what you are, and I don't appreciate this. I was like, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and cut out. So me and her drove different cars, and at the time she lived probably about 30 minutes away from me, and she was like, I'm about to go to White Castle, and something told me to go to White Castle with her, but of course that's something in me I didn't listen to. I decided to just, you know what, I was like, you know what, I'm just go home. BD is at my house waiting on me, and he's already there asleep, so I'm just gonna go ahead and leave because it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and you know, he's probably like, you're with your friend all night, like you said y'all are going to a party, whatever I said. I don't even know what I said, but whatever I said, it had him occupied for a couple of hours. And once he got back to the house, he was pretty much expecting me to be there too. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go, blah blah blah. I don't even really remember what the conversation was. I just know that dude was sloppy drunk, and I never talked to him again. So I get in the car, whatever, I say my goodbyes to her, and like, you know, you gonna be safe? It's like, yeah, are you gonna be okay, blah blah. I'm like, yeah, I'll be okay. But at this time I'm like a little messed up. I probably need somebody to drive me, but at this point I'm already in too deep. I'm already in the car. So side note, if you ever feel like you're too drunk to drive, I don't care what is going on, have somebody come and pick you up. That's so irresponsible to get drunk and just be out of your mind driving. Like, don't do it. It's not fair to anybody for you to be doing that. And of course I did that, and I was dumb because I was definitely pretty wasted, and with your judgment being impaired, you're really not thinking straight on what you should be doing. So that's out the way. I get in my car and I'm on my way home. Everything's cool because by this time I was a pro at drinking and driving. I know this is so messed up, guys. It's so messed up, but I was a teenager, stupid teenager. So at this point I was a pro. So I thought, let me say that, I thought I was. And I was about 2 minutes away from my house. I can say I was probably about 3 stop signs away from where I needed to be in the home stretch. By me being wasted, my brain was idiotic, and I came to the stop sign. I seen the police car, and for some reason in my mind it put me into panic mode, and I was like, oh, I need to hurry up and get home. There's a police car right there. Girl, let me tell you, I didn't completely stop at the stop sign because I'm just so, at this point I'm paranoid. I'm like, I don't want to go to jail. I need to hurry up and get home. So by me being scared and not fully stopping at the stop sign, that's what triggered the police officer to come and get behind me, because I guess I thought I was gonna get away, like he wasn't gonna find me. I don't know, stupid idiot. So I didn't, they call it a rolling stop or a California roll or something like that. So I didn't completely stop, and then he seen me, we seen each other. It was like that little Diddy meme where they were just staring at each other like, I know you see me, seeing you, seeing me, seeing you, seeing me type of thing. So I get to the next, I didn't even fully make it to the next stop sign before he was just doing me like that. So of course I've seen those bright lights. I'm drunk AF. I'm just like, oh my God, I cannot believe I'm this drunk getting pulled over. This is so trash. He came up to my car, of course, shined the light in my face, and I'm probably just looking crazy. And he's like,
no, you didn't completely stop at that stop sign.
I'm like, oh, no, I really didn't know this. I'm just on my way home. I have to get back home and blah, blah, blah. And he's like,
yeah, you okay? Well, you didn't fully stop at that stop sign, and that's illegal to do, to not fully stop.
Blah, blah, blah. We know that. So then he asked me,
have you been drinking tonight?
At this point, I know I reek of liquor. I know I do. Like, I know I had to. And I'm like, you know, I had a little bit, but not too much. I'm probably visibly drunk. But the crazy thing about this is, even though I was drunk, I was not sloppy. Even though I know I just said I was wasted, I wasn't sloppy. I was never sloppy. I was never like, except for the first time I really got drunk, but that's a whole nother story time. And I'll tell you about that one if you give this one a thumbs up. But I was not like sloppy at all. I was very coherent. I knew everything that was going on. So he was like, okay, well, license and registration, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just like, okay, hopefully he just lets me go. Idiot, he's not gonna let you go. You just admitted to drinking, stupid. So he runs my stuff or whatever, then he comes back out, and then he tells me to step out of the car. So I step out of the car, and I'm like, oh shit, this is it. Like, I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. It's over.
Y'all are going to jail! Period!
I get out of the car. He asked me how much I've been drinking. I told him I had like 2 wine coolers or something stupid. And so at this point, I don't really remember much, but all I remember is when he told me to put my hands behind my back, and I just burst into tears. I burst into tears. I have never been so scared in my life. Like, I was devastated. I'm like, I never imagined myself in handcuffs ever. This is terrible. Like, I have a squeaky clean record. I've never done anything. The only time I've ever gotten in trouble, I was suspended for school for 1 day because I was about to fight. And they let me use the 1 day I was suspended for that day. Like, the day they sent me home, they let me use that as my suspension. So I got to come back the next day. Like, so it was pretty devastating. So I got in the back of the car or whatever, and I'm just crying my eyes out, and we get to this little random police station, and it just didn't look right to me. It just looked really dingy and like basement-y. To this day I really don't even know where I was completely. But there was this Hispanic officer there as well, and once I got there is when he made me do the sobriety test. He didn't make me do it in the street. He made me do it when we got to wherever this little place was at. And he made me do the sobriety test where you have to touch your nose and walk the line and look at the pen without turning your head and all that other nonsense. So mind you too, and I don't even care. I don't really care about saying his name. His name is Officer Lynch. So I will never forget you, Officer Lynch. You ruined my life. I ruined my own life, but just an a-hole. Like, it was just really weird because he tried, it's like he was trying to manipulate me or something. He was like acting really nice. He was telling me that I'll be able to go home. It'll be just a slap on the wrist and blah blah blah. But when we were still at the scene, before, I forgot this part, before I actually got in the car, he told me, I was like, I just live 2 minutes away. Somebody can come get my car. They can come get me. And then he was like, you're 19. Nobody should have to come pick you up. Excuse me. There's kids around here, specifically around in the suburbs, that get to go home all the time. And I know this for a fact because I've seen it time and time again, especially with my brother and his friends. They always get to go home. They always get to have somebody come pick them up, like numerous, like they have let them go home. So it's like, I know that you could let me go home. We get to the, you know, whatever, I do the sobriety test, blah, blah, blah. So I'm still in handcuffs, and then they're asking me, so you live around there and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, I live over there. Just seeming real surprised that I lived in the area. I'm like, what else am I doing? Just joyriding over here in the middle of the night? I don't know. So Officer Lynch kept trying to get a paddy wagon to come pick me up. Kept trying. And it's like, this is one person. You don't need a paddy wagon. Like, he didn't want to take me downtown. He kept trying to get a paddy wagon, paddy wagon, and nobody was around in a paddy wagon. The Hispanic officer was like, look, I'll take care of myself. So he ended up agreeing to that. And that nice officer, he, well, I mean, nice for what he was. He still took me to jail. But he let me charge my phone. He let me call my BD and my parents, and I told them, like, I'm on my way to jail. And like, my BD thought it was a joke, and I'm like, no, I'm really in the back of a police car. He just let me call you to tell you to be prepared to pick me up, and he's letting me charge my phone so I have some juice when I get out. Shout out to him for doing that. It was just such a confusing experience. So I went downtown, and as I'm in the little there's like a little room that you go to before you go into like the jail holding place. So this is where they have you sit and wait in like some chairs, and then you go inside, and then they of course strip search you, and you gotta take your shoes off or whatever. So I'm sitting in this little holding place waiting to be treated like an animal, and this dude is like, hey, what's up, beautiful? What's wrong with you? Mind you, he is also in handcuffs. We are feet away from each other. He's also in handcuffs. What do you think is wrong with me? I'm in jail. I'm arrested. I'm pissed. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? And I don't know if you're just like a frequent flyer. You have frequent flyer miles in prison. But please, sir, I'm not about to holler at you while I'm incarcerated. This is not, what is it, love after lockup? This is not that. So please stop. So yeah, that was weird. And so I got inside, and this wonderful big bald officer, he decides to, because at the time I had on like some gladiator sandals, he decides to take my sandals and like, he said, what the hell are these? And like throws my sandals. I'm like, what are you throwing my sandals for? Like, I would, look, I have never been treated as such. I feel like I have always had the mind frame of, you are gonna treat me as I am. I don't take disrespect, especially from jobs, authority figures, anyone. So for him to do that, and I just felt so hopeless, and I knew I couldn't do anything about it, I was so pissed off. Oh my god. Oh yeah, of course I didn't have any weapons on me, and it was completely freezing inside of there. I went and they took my mugshot, which I still have not seen to this day. I know it's probably weird. I try to find it because I just want to see what I look like that day, but I can never find it. They took my mugshot, asked me about all my tattoos, and then like they make conversation with you like it's cool. Like, oh, I like that tattoo. Who did that? Like, why do you all keep making general convo with me? I am in jail. Stop talking to me like this. I'm pissed off. Please. Please. After that, we go to the little holding part, and they have the men and the women separated. So I look across the corridor, and I actually seen someone I was in elementary school with. We made eye contact. I was like, wow, this is really what we've done with our lives. This is terrible. I'm glad to see that we are on the same career paths, because we did not do well for ourselves after school, apparently.
Look at us. Hey, Look at us. Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
So we go to this little, you know, there's like an open room where they have all the chairs and stuff, just like you see on 60 Days In. They have all the little chairs and stuff, and then inside they have like the little holding cell where there's one toilet and you just share community germs and viruses and just lots of other things. So there's one metal toilet in there, and I'm like, bro, I really have to pee. This is awful. I have to pee in front of strangers to show my bare vajayjay and behind in front of strangers. So yeah, that was so fun. And then like we kept getting in trouble because the girls would not shut up. They kept talking. I'm like, there's nothing to, you guys are all celebrating this. I'm in the Twilight Zone, because why are y'all having so much fun? Where's the, like, I don't know if I missed the fun. Like, where was I for fun time?
So where was I for fun time?
Because it wasn't there. So anywho, to hurry this story along, called my parents on my little free call I had. It was so pathetic. Because I couldn't remember anybody's number. I was trying to call anybody I could to try to bail me out. I called my parents. I was like, I'm downtown. Like, it was like, where are you at? Like, I'm downtown, because they had no idea what was going on. I know, I'm so sorry for stressing my parents out. I'm so sorry. I know that was a horrible, horrible day. And then nobody knew where my daughter was, because I didn't tell them that I dropped her off with her aunt. So they were like, really, I don't even think my BD knew. That's how much we didn't communicate. I don't even think he knew where she was. And I didn't tell anybody. I just, hey, can you watch her? And she was like, yeah. So a mess. So anyway, they were, you know, I was waiting to go see the judge, and when a good 24 hours went by, I was like, hey, when am I gonna get a chance to go see the judge? Because I got in here Thursday night, technically Friday morning, and it is now Saturday. I haven't seen the judge yet to see what we're gonna do. And they were like, oh, they forgot about me. So I was in processing for 24 hours, cold. There was frozen bologna sandwiches. I've always heard, don't eat the bologna sandwiches if you ever go to jail. Hopefully you don't eat the bologna sandwiches, but you eat the cookies even though they're kind of soggy. And also the apple juice was nice and cold. Pro tip. So yeah, I was in there with my little frozen bologna meal, and they forgot about me. So finally I was with the next batch of women, and we got to go see the judge. And the judge told me, even though this is your first offense and you don't have any prior records,
you're going to jail.
What do you mean? Like, it didn't get any worse. I was on my way to jail. So I get to this, so I didn't even go to like the main jail. There's like a women's little detention center thing, and that's where they sent me. And all I know is I had recently got my nails done and my hair done, so they were fresh, and I'm going to jail with fresh nails, fresh weave. Luckily they didn't make me rip my weave out of my head, because they usually do that. And finally I got to get in that paddy wagon that Officer Lynch wanted me to get in. Finally got to get into that. Get into this cramped little vehicle. I felt so claustrophobic. We are chained to each other. They chained our feet to each other, and our hands were chained as well. So it was like the chain gang. It was like the movie Life. I was a criminal. I was like, I really threw my life away, and there's nothing I can do about it. I'm stuck. It was like slavery, imprisonment. It was imprisonment, and I just felt so helpless because you can't leave. They literally forced you to stay there. Like, can you believe that? Like, jail, like, why? So we get to our destination, which was about 5 minutes away, maybe not even that. And then we have to change out of our street clothes into our jail uniform. So I got to put on some little mesh net panties and my little nasty outfit with shoes. Who knows if the stuff was, you know, I know the mesh panties were at least new, but who knows if the stuff was properly sanitized or anything. So yeah, put that on, put our little slippers on, and we were ready to go. So we got into the general population part. Now mind you, this did not look like one of those, because this was not like a typical jail. I don't really know what to call it. It was really weird. So all I know is when I got in there, it looked like a big gymnasium. So I was sitting out there in the chair and I had not been asleep for days. Like I had not been asleep for days, so I was so exhausted. So there was like a little plastic lawn chair and there was like movies playing. I'm like, is this camp? What is this? So I was sitting out there and then I just like fell asleep, like mouth open, just knocked out, to the point where somebody had to come tap me because they were calling my name to go do something. And I was like, so can I, oh, they told me that I had got bailed out. And I was like, yes, I get to go home. I'm thinking you get bailed out and you just get to leave immediately. No, that's not how it works, unfortunately. So I'm like, you know, following whoever down the hall, and they're like, you know, take me to this little person. I don't know if it was a warden, I don't know who they were, but they were like, yeah, you got bailed out, blah blah blah, so you'll be able to leave soon. I was like, okay. So I was trying to talk to this chaplain person, but nobody told me that they don't work on the weekends. So that was, you know, fun to find out. So then I got to go to breakfast, and once I went into breakfast in the cafeteria, there were women on the sidelines basically talking ish, because I came in there with my nails and hair done. They probably been in there for a while, so they, you know, they're not used to people, and my lashes as well, so they're not used to people coming in there being decent. So I just remember I heard this woman like, at least I got my own hair, at least I don't need to get weave in my head. And I'm just like, yep, at least you don't, because you know what, I'm not having a prison fight. I'm gonna go home because I've already been bailed out. I don't care what you say, as long as you don't touch me, I don't have to bust your head with this tray. I don't care what you say. After that, went out to, you know, general population again, and all the girls, oh, your nails are so pretty, your hair is so pretty. And I'm like, thank you, but please don't draw too much attention because these hoes are crazy. Please, please, thank you. Please, no autographs, none. I'm gonna go home. I've been bailed out, I'm gonna go home. And it was hours before I was able to go home. So I went, the fun experience I had as well, I went to the bathroom, and it was like a public stall looking thing. So of course I didn't sit on the toilet, and I just went in there to use the bathroom, not realizing, especially at the time, I don't have any commissary, which I didn't even, you know, I've never been in jail before, I didn't know this was a thing. There was no toilet paper. Luckily I just had to pee because there was no toilet paper. So I had to shake off like an animal. And there was also no soap because I didn't have my own soap, because they don't provide anything for you in jail. I just remember walking in there and I seen like shoes facing the stall, like facing the toilet, and I'm like, well, you know, we're all girls in here, so I don't see why somebody would be peeing standing up. I was really confused. And couldn't find out, I seen other shoes in there and I was like, oh. In the shower as well, there was some orange is the new black stuff going on too. So I'm like, all right, well, you know, enjoy. I'm a 19-year-old, haven't really been, you know, to jail before, and I understand people have their needs and wants. I just was like, is jail really the place to be doing it? I don't know, but anywho, 11 o'clock in the morning was when they told me I was bailed out. 7 o'clock p.m. is when I got to go home, and I had to walk from where I was at to the nearest Arby's, and my parents were there waiting on me, and they were just, you know, my daddy just gave me like the longest hug in life. Even though I only been gone for 2 days, and I was just like, bruh, where's my baby at? This is just, I'm so trash for this. I'm so sorry to everybody. I stress everybody out. My BD had got my car out the impound for me, and then he took me out to eat, and I ate. First of all, my parents got me food because I haven't eaten in days, and then he took me out to eat, and I ate another full meal again. And I was just ready to sleep my life away. Like, I slept for so long, and then I'm like, and then finally I got to see my daughter. She was a little baby. I just had to hold her. I'm like, bruh, I will never. So moral of the story is, I was scared straight, honestly. Like, I know they joke about that program, and those kids act bad, but I was scared straight. Ever since then, I'm like, bruh, give me an Uber. I will not be going back to prison. I will not be going to jail. I will not. Give me an Uber. Somebody else drive. Somebody, you know, wants to, oh girl, shut the fuck up, because you don't know what it was like in there. You don't know what it's like on the inside. And I'm not going back. I'm not going, I will run. Especially these days, how crazy they are. I will run. I'm gone. No, I'm not going, I'm not doing that ever again. Somebody telling you you can't go to the refrigerator when you want. Somebody telling you you can't have cold drinks when you want. You can't do anything you want. No, I'm too rebellious to be controlled in such a manner. So I was scared. My camera keeps cutting off on me, so I guess that means I need to stop rambling. So anywho, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want another story time, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know down below how you feel about this story. I know that was crazy. I know this is probably something you weren't expecting to come out of my mouth, but it happened. It's real, but I have been delivered. So thank you guys, and I will see you in tomorrow's video.